first question to everyone here is, should a student be fearful for their lives when they go into school? This can also be addressed to university students when we go to class. We're expected to go to class, take notes, sit down, respect the professor, and get on with our day. But can you picture someone coming through the door having an AK-14 or just a handgun and shooting people? PA is ranked number 7 for gun violence in schools and universities in general. What I want to address in my policy speech is how our country, but what specifically Pennsylvania can do to protect our teachers, staff, and children in the schools from gun violence. Now, there are 4 main problems that I believe that are the issue towards gun violence, but these issues can be improved. Social media, mental health, our country's political climate, and security in schools. My solution to preventing gun violence is having better access to each of these. Better mental health care, stricter security in schools, recognizing the effects that social media has on all people, and unity from our politicians. I want to first talk about mental health. Mental health has gotten worse throughout the years because our healthcare system just is not the best. This can be from depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, are all consequences from what an active shooter can suffer from and act out on these violent actions. Stated from the U.S. Department of Justice, 1/3 of attackers never received a mental health evaluation before their attack. Less than 1/5 were diagnosed with a mental disorder, and 78% have had histories of suicidal attempts or ideations. I want to address the picture on the right side of this. This was from the tragic Amish shooting that happened in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I believe it was in either 2005 or 2008. I'm not sure which one it is, but I was very little when it happened. The shooter was named Charles Roberts. He was a grown man. He had a beautiful family, wife and kids, but he was suffering mentally, and he unfortunately wrote each of his kids and his wife a suicide note, and it was awful to even watch documentaries about it. Psychiatric drugs can cause mania, hostility, violence, and homicidal actions as well. My second supporting idea is social media. Social media has also gone worse throughout the years. Bullying is a huge factor, lack of communication skills via social media, and then shooters can also reveal their intentions on social media, but people think it's a joke. They just scroll and keep going and think, oh no, it's fine, everything's okay, when really the next day they could be dead because they didn't take it seriously. I also want to add the comment on the right from what Nicholas Cruz put on, it looks like YouTube. I'm going to be a professional shooter, school shooter, excuse me. It's pretty scary. And he killed people, which is even more scarier. Also, I want to address the Olvat, Texas shooting. The shooter stated that he was bullied. This was from the Philadelphia Inquirer. The boy was bullied, and he had unaddressed pain that he was suffering from. My third supporting idea is security, or stricter security in schools. Most Philadelphia schools are mandating metal detectors, but many charter and suburban schools still don't have them. There need to be trained guards at the front of every school. Students need to show their IDs to the security guards, and doors need to be locked after homeroom, during the day, and until the bell rings. My fourth supporting idea is political divide in our country. I added these 2 pictures because the one on the bottom shows an anti-gun protest, and the one on the top is pro-gun protests. stated from an article that's titled PA House Votes Against Taking Up Gun Bill After Texas Shooting. The sentence was stated from that article. Efforts by Democratic lawmakers in Pennsylvania wanted to ban owning, selling, or making semi-automatic weapons. But it went nowhere because the GOP party voted against it. So all of these issues that I've discussed so far are leading factors into gun violence in Pennsylvania schools. Now, my advantages to each of these issues would bring states and specifically the Pennsylvania state to alleviate gun violence. Therefore, gun violence is a huge problem within the state of Pennsylvania, as well as other states. That can be from Florida, from the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, the Columbine shooting in Colorado, the Old Bad Texas shooting in Texas. It's all over, but Pennsylvania has significantly gotten worse. Improving mental health is imperative to each issue discussed as well. If we don't have good health care and good support systems for people to talk to and get their feelings out, they're going to go haywire. Therefore, my last statement to everyone is, hurt people hurt people. This was stated from experts in violence. This sums up basically everything that I discussed. Because if someone is suffering and they don't have a therapist or counselor or the right psychiatrist to prescribe them drugs to help them out, they're gonna take their actions out on other people who don't deserve to die. And they certainly don't deserve to die, because everyone deserves at least help. Thank you.